Does man have free will? Understanding destiny, choice, and divine knowledge in Islam. In Islam, one of the big questions people often think about is, if Allah has already decided everything, do we still have the freedom to make our own choices? It's a deep topic that connects Allah's plan, our free will, and how we're held accountable for our actions. Many Muslims wonder how these ideas fit together. Let's break it down simply, using the Quran, Hadith, and wisdom from Islamic scholars to make sense of it all, the core of free will in Islam. A foundational concept in Islam is that every accountable individual, whether human or jinn, has the ability to choose between good and evil. This choice is a manifestation of free will, as highlighted in Surah Al-Kahf ayat number 29. And say, the truth is from your Lord, so whoever wills, let him believe, and whoever wills, let him disbelieve. Indeed, we have prepared for the wrongdoers a fire whose walls will surround them. This verse underscores that humans have the freedom to accept or reject guidance. Similarly, Allah says in Surah Al-Insan, ayat number 3. Indeed, we guided him to the way, be he grateful or be he ungrateful. It becomes clear that humans are endowed with the ability to act, think, and make decisions independently. This capacity for choice underpins our accountability before Allah. Good deeds lead to reward, while evil actions lead to punishment. As Allah reminds us, so whoever does an atom's weight of good will see it, and whoever does an atom's weight of evil will see it. Surah Az-Zalzala 99, 7, 8. If humans were mere puppets, with no control over their actions, holding them accountable would contradict Allah's justice, Allah's knowledge of our fate. One of the primary reasons people struggle with the concept of free will is the idea that Allah already knows and has written everything about our lives. This includes our deeds, lifespan, provision, and ultimate destiny. A famous hadith narrated by Anas ibn Malik explains, Allah appoints an angel in the womb who says, O Lord, a nutfa, sperm drop. O Lord, an alaka, a clinging clot. O Lord, a majja, lump of flesh. When Allah decrees that it is to be created, the angel says, O Lord, male or female, doomed or blessed, what is his provision? What is his lifespan? And that is written in his mother's womb. Sahih Bukhari, Hadith number 6595. Does this mean humans are bound by this decree? The answer lies in understanding that Allah's knowledge of our fate does not compel us to act in a specific way. His knowledge is perfect and encompasses everything, but it does not negate our free will. Types of Allah's guidance. The Quran mentions two types of guidance. General guidance, irshad. This refers to Allah showing all of humanity the right path. For example, indeed, we guided him to the way, be he grateful or be he ungrateful. Surah Al-Insan 76:3. This type of guidance is available to everyone, but it is up to the individual to accept or reject it. Specific guidance, tawfiq. This is a special form of guidance granted to believers who seek Allah's help sincerely. Allah makes it easier for them to stay on the straight path. For instance, and those who strive for us, we will surely guide them to our ways. Surah Al-Ankabut 29:69. This distinction helps us understand why some people are more receptive to guidance than others. Specific guidance is a grace from Allah, while rejection of general guidance often stems from a person's own choices, misguidance and its reasons. Misguidance in Islam occurs when Allah withholds his specific guidance from an individual. This is not arbitrary. It is a result of the individual's persistent rejection of truth. Allah says, and when they deviated, Allah caused their hearts to deviate. Surah As-Saf 61:5. Thus, misguidance stems from an individual's actions, which lead Allah to withdraw His support. It is a manifestation of His justice, not oppression. The role of Shaitan plays a significant role in misguiding people. He uses whispers, temptations, and doubts to lead individuals astray. However, his power is limited, as Allah assures us. Indeed, there is for him no authority over those who have believed and rely upon their Lord. Surah An-Nahl 16:99. A believer who sincerely seeks refuge in Allah and strives to stay on the right path will find Shaitan's influence minimal, balancing destiny and effort. The interplay of divine decree and human effort is beautifully balanced in Islam. While Allah's knowledge and decree are absolute, our actions remain voluntary and within our control. To illustrate, consider the example of a student given a syllabus. If he studies diligently, he will likely succeed. If he neglects his studies, he will fail. The teacher's prior knowledge of the student's capabilities does not affect the student's effort or outcome. Similarly, Allah says, "Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves." Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:11. This verse highlights the importance of human effort and striving. Attributes of the believing slave. A true believer acknowledges Allah's grace and attributes all success to Him. This humility and gratitude are essential characteristics of a believer. As the people of paradise will declare, "Praise to Allah, who has guided us to this, and we would never have been guided if Allah had not guided us." Surah Al-A'raf 7:43. Practical steps to strengthen faith. Seek refuge in Allah. When plagued by doubts or whispers, turn to Allah in prayer and ask for clarity, reciting verses such as, "So when you recite the Quran, first seek refuge in Allah from Satan, the expelled, from His mercy." Surah An-Nahl 16:98. Focus on actions. Instead of overanalyzing predestination, focus on actions within your control. Perform obligatory acts, avoid sins, and strive for goodness. Remember Allah's justice and mercy. Allah is the most just and the most merciful. Trust that He has decreed everything with wisdom and fairness. Pray for guidance. Constantly seek Allah's guidance and ask for His support in remaining steadfast. Conclusion. Islam beautifully integrates divine decree with human free will, emphasizing both Allah's omniscience and our accountability. While Allah knows our ultimate fate, He has given us the freedom to choose our actions. This duality invites us to trust in Allah's wisdom while taking responsibility for our choices. By understanding the nuances of Qadr, we can approach life with a balanced mindset.